Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is the Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey,
Hello.
and the Lord of Pennies, Satsu 2 cents.
What up, doe?
And I'm your host, Scribe, the Lord of Punishment. Hello, chat. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good Friday, a good second day of Thanksgiving, if you were lucky enough to have the day off, which I wasn't. And you have a good weekend ahead of you.
What the hell why were you working today? What the hell was that?
Well, I had to work today because today is the last billable day of the month. And I had to do all of my invoicing because there was all the stuff that happened on Wednesday had to be accounted for today before all the billing stuff happens in the morning tomorrow. So I had to be there.
I forgot you got to do that month-end shit. Yeah. All right.
I thought that I might be able to get out of there earlier today because it would be slow because, actually the office is practically empty most of the morning. But then circumstances decided to rear their ugly head, and I was there all day. So that wasn't ideal, but it is what it is. But as I was going to say before I was so rudely and ritualistically interrupted, we are here to conceivably entertain you for 2 some odd hours with news and commentary, and I think that's it. Yeah. And very, very cleverly done show themes, as I have made for us tonight.
Hooray!
Yes. But anyway, and if you can see kind of behind our avatars there, that is the A-Team van. You can't see all of it, obviously, but it's there. You just can't see it all. Anyway, let's see. Satsu, how are you today?
I'm tired, man. Yesterday was rough. It was tough. I did cooking from like 6 a.m. to God knows when. And after that, I hung out with my family, and then we played like Beat Saber in VR for a while, and just entertaining until late into the night. And it took a toll on me. So I slept most of the day, and then got up and was still tired, and decided to try to get some work done today, to no avail because I was just tired. So, but I'm good now. So.
Sleepy Satsu. Mm-hmm. And Monkey, how are you today?
Good, just a little sore. I've been doing too much, so I'm going to be paying for it for the next few days. But I'm happy, so I don't mind the sore. How you doing, Scribbles?
Well, we just before the show started had a little visit from Grand Monkey, where she's like, "Say hello," and he's like, "Hello," and it was great. That was fun. Myself, like I said, I had a full work day, so I was kind of so I got home at the regular time rather than early. I thought I'd have sort of a quasi 2.5 day weekend, but oh well. Other than that, it's super freaking cold, and it's going to get colder apparently. So,
yay!
Yep. I last year for Christmas, my father found he's one of those guys that will, if he sees something on sale that could be useful, he will just pick it up just in case. And so, for no particular reason, last year he had an extra heater that looks like a little mini fireplace because it lights up in the back and has like the fake coals and all that. Mm-hmm. And he says, "Hey, I got one of these extra. I got an extra one of these." And I looked at it in the box in the garage, and then I looked at the one that he had over in the corner for his little workshop, and I said, "Why?" And he's like, "Oh, it was on sale. You want it?" I'm like, okay, it's really good. It heats up things really good. Like, oh, okay, Dad, thanks. And I just kind of kept it in the corner all year, right? Because it's a little ostentatious, I guess. Not that I'm exactly living in some kind of like fancy luxury or anything, but it was just a little odd to have it. It looked like something that was a little cheesy. But the other night, it was really freaking cold, and the little space heater that I have for my computer room just wouldn't do it for my bedroom. So I pulled the thing out and I turned it on, and holy shit, that thing works. Oh my God. I was like, why wasn't I using you last year? Oh, my father's a genius. And yeah, I mean, it's cheesy, but hey, I'll take function over form any day of the week. Unless it's a woman, then I'm a little particular, but then what do you know? Anyway, guys, Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button if you have not already. And as always, many of you have not. So maybe you think about doing that. And share our stuff. Share it far, wide, and sideways. You guys are our best algorithm, our best advertising agency, because YouTube certainly isn't doing any help for us in that regard. So whether it's us or any other content creator that you enjoy, be sure to share and retweet and all that good stuff as often as possible, and like as well. Hitting the like purportedly somewhere somehow does help things out occasionally. At least doesn't hurt. Anything else before we get into the schnuzz?
I was just told you went live.
What?
YouTube just told me you went live.
Oh, I thought you told me. I thought you were saying that we've been off the air this whole time and I've been talking to the ether.
No,
okay,
no.
well, thanks for scaring the hell out of me.
This is their notification system. This is why we ask you guys to please share.
Okay, I see. Thank you, Point Curation. The deep state is not a conspiracy theory. It is a conspiracy. Look into interlinked directorates and realize this stuff happens in bureaucracies. Okay, thank you, Point. And thank you, Lion Patriot. It took me 4 tries to tweet this stream out.
Wow.
What? Why?
I don't know, but I had something.
Oh, okay. What do you have?
I meant to thank Tall Person for sending me a game the other day, because I didn't get a chance. I wasn't on the stream, very long last night, and I logged into my Steam, and I was like, oh, look, a game. And it was from Tall Person, so thank you.
Cool. Monkey, don't we have a birthday?
We do. The name is over there in the side chat, Scribbles.
Oh, I don't see. Oh, I see. Okay, so Tom Cook, who, if I remember correctly, has been a long-time lurker, but first-time messenger, I suppose.
He said he didn't get to watch live very often.
Right, and he has a birthday today, or at least we're doing it today, I believe. So, with that, I hand it over to my esteemed colleague. Is that correct? Sure. Ranting Monkey.
Tom, it's your birthday. Around here, we do this. And a 1. And a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Tom Cook.
Tommy boy.
I hope you enjoy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tom. I hope you had a great one. I really do.
And thank you, Point, again. Hail to the lurkers. You are appreciated. It's true. If we've never seen you in chat, if you just hang out and listen, well, we appreciate you so much as well. Just be sure to share. That's all.
Hey, Scribe.
Yes.
Would you object to a full ASMR episode of Lords of the Night?
Would I object to that?
Yes. Would you have the patience to participate in such an event?
How is my reading the news every night in my sonorous golden tones not already an ASMR experience? Yeah, beat that one.
I can't answer that question.
That's right. That's right. And I think there are several people in the chat who might already agree with me on that point. I think. Please agree with me on that point. Don't make me look foolish. Anyway, hey, you guys like knife attacks?
Not particularly.
Well, we had 2 significant ones today, internationally.
Yay.
Yeah, it's just one of those days where it's like, was this coordinated? Was this just? I don't know. And Drunken Uncle's in the chat. Hello, Drunkle. You know, him being here, it puts a note of guilt in my mind that I haven't sent him the link now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I always feel bad. It's like somebody shows up who's a friend of the show, who's a celebrity in his own right. Took the time out.
His own right.
Well, I mean, in relative terms. Everybody here knows who he is. That's a kind of celebrity.
He's a celebrity.
Yeah. Monkey, just on the off chance, could you send him a link?
I absolutely could.
Sure. Since it's Thanksgiving and I'm thankful for Drunkle, I'm thankful for pineapple with my turkey. But let's talk about the horrible things that happened. Well, actually, we should probably get Drunkle on here because this technically happened in his neck of the woods, kind of, sort of. So maybe he has some insight on this.
I am trying, but it keeps telling me that the message failed.
Okay. Well,
it comes up, says message failed. Something went wrong, but don't fret. It's not your fault.
All right. Well, let me try then. I will take a moment away from the wonderful world of.
Sorry, Drunkle. I tried.
Yeah. No, I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Let me get this. Let me get that. Get that. Close this. Click over here and do that. Okay. Well, I didn't get a message saying it failed, so purportedly he will be getting it in the second. Anyway, let's go on to showing the actual story here. All right. 3 people injured in a knife attack. I believe one person was killed. Let's see what happened. Police said they shot a man dead after a stabbing attack on London Bridge. They said they are treating the incident as terror related, and that the suspect had a hoax explosive device strapped to him. The victims, 2 people were killed. Metropolitan Police Commissioner Cressida Dick said. That's an unfortunate name. About the location, 2 years ago, 8 people were killed and 48 injured in a terror attack at London Bridge and nearby Borough Market. Let's see. Police identified London stabbing suspect. A terror suspect who was shot dead on London Bridge Friday has been identified as 28-year-old Usman Khan, Metropolitan Police Assistant Commissioner Neil Basu said in a statement. Khan had been residing in the Staffordshire area in England. Police are carrying out a search at an address in the county of Staffordshire. Hello, Drunkle.
Oh, you made a mistake, didn't you, Scribe?
I thought you were about to start the opening of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, yeah.
So, Drunkle, how are you?
There we go.
Oh, Lord.
All right. I cannot believe the day Scribe Light sends me an invite to Lords of the Night. Like, it's fucking backwards world.
I know he can't blame anybody but himself.
I swear down. How we doing, boys?
Doing all
Even
right.
Twitter was like, I don't think you can send this without Scribe's permission.
Right.
Well,
yeah, I tried tweeting out the show you guys a bit of support. Tweet out the stream with the link saying, it's the 3rd greatest show on YouTube, which, don't feel bad. You're top 3. And I had to do that about 4 fucking times. It was ridiculous. I guess Twitter was intimidated by your own strength.
Indeed. Top 3, that's like Marty with his mom's boobs.
Can we not? I had to see my mum after that conversation. Do you know how awkward that was?
No idea, but I'll assume it's
you don't want.
I don't think you want to do it. Yeah, no. I'm just putting it out there now, though, Scribe. If ever you do time travel and meet your mum when she's a teenager, anal is the only way.
Oh, okay.
It's the only safe way.
I understand.
It's the only safe way.
Well, that aside, hey, Drunkle, what is going on in the wonderful world of London stabbings?
Yeah, it sounds like an accusation, Scribe. I'm not going to lie.
No, take it as you will. But you're closer to the situation than the rest of us.
Well, am I there? Yeah. All right. No, I suppose that.
Geographically speaking, yes.
Well, Britain's a very small place. You see, Scribe, we've only got one bridge. And when we've only got one bridge, a lot of shit happens on it, And we've also only got one knife as well because we've got stringent licensing laws. And today it was that guy's turn with a knife, and I'm not going to lie, he took liberties.
Yeah. Let's see. Witness alleges bridge attacker had 2 knives, one of which was duct taped to his hand. Great. Well, I guess he wanted to make sure he didn't lose it on the way.
Yeah.
Let's see. Suspect attended event run by Cambridge University before attack. The London Bridge suspect, Usman Khan, quote, attended an event earlier on Friday afternoon at Fishmongers Hall called Learning Together, Metropolitan Police Assistant Commissioner Neil Basu said. Have you ever been to Fishmongers Hall?
I was born there, actually, hence the strange nautical odor I constantly have follow me around. I call it a musk. Other people call it more of a disability than anything. I didn't know he had 2 knives on him, though. I mean, fuck it, duct tape and a knife to your hand as well. Have you ever wanted to go on a stabbing spree and you drop your knife? Because this guy has, and he's
Apparently, yeah.
He's learned his lesson.
Maybe he was a Boy Scout.
His practice run went horribly wrong.
Oh, didn't it? Though, didn't he? Yeah, did the recce, and it just ended up wrong. I mean, I followed the story throughout the day, and of course, as it was developing, you learn a little bit more, and sometimes they go, "All right, we got that wrong. That's just what we thought." But I mean, when he's carrying 2 knives and one of them's duct taped to his hand, that's premeditated. There's no doubt about that, is there?
Well, plus the fake bomb attached to his chest and all that fun stuff. So yeah, this was
Maybe that was cosplay.
That could have been, yeah.
Sure.
Monkey
Yeah,
with the answers.
he dressed up as Charlie's Angels.
Yes. He wanted to bomb like that movie.
Thanks for spelling it out for everybody, Monkey.
Sometimes I have to.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. Well, today was apparently the day for knife attacks because that wasn't the only one.
I think it was. We don't have Thanksgiving over here, Scribe, and everyone was carving up turkeys yesterday. So this guy thought, hey, let's carve up some turkeys of my own, and as it all went horribly wrong. Did everyone have a nice Thanksgiving, by the way?
I did. Thank you very much.
You did? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for answering, Monkey.
Yes, I did. It was awesome.
Yeah. I heard you were cooking quite a lot, though, weren't you, Satsu?
Fuck, dude, all day.
So that's what happens, mate. That's what happens when you establish yourself in your household as like the alpha chef. Everything's going to fall on your shoulders, mate. You're going to smell of fryer grease for years to come.
Wow. Anyway, over in The Hague, of all places, in the Netherlands, 3 minors are wounded and a suspect remains at large after stabbing attack in The Hague.
Is that minors as in people who work in a mine or children? Oh, it's on the screen.
Actually.
On the screen. Never mind. All right, yeah.
It's miners who work in a mine.
Yes,
I'll leave it to me reading skills. All right, yeah.
Child labor for coal. A manhunt is underway after 3 people, you said they were minors. A few people were stabbed Friday evening on a crowded shopping street in the Dutch city of The Hague, police said. The 3 minors were injured in the city's Groot Marktstraat shopping district. Their condition remains unknown. Videos and photos posted online showed crowds of shoppers running away after the incident and others being led out of the stores by first responders. Emma Evers had gone to the Groot Marktstraat with her mother, but they got separated when people started running. Quote, I realized something was happening. I started running and I was in a panic because I couldn't find my mom.
See, as far as I know, right, Groot Marktstraat just means big market street.
Yeah, like gross.
So I'm glad they got stabbed. That's a fucking stupid name for a road.
It's kind of boring. Great market street.
Why would you? Don't go to a city that starts with the. You're just asking for trouble, aren't you?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is that a Powerpuff Girls reference?
No, fuck no. I've never been so sure of anything in my life. No, it was not, Satsu.
I'm just saying, the city of Townsville. Anyway.
All right.
All right. Well, so that guy's on the run. The other guy's dead.
Wait.
Yeah.
Happy days.
That says there appears no indication of a terrorist motive. So it's just somebody who likes stabbing?
It could have been a
stabbing.
Maybe it was a nutbag. Don't know. Thank you, Ebony Williams. Just for you, sugar. Moi. Thank you, Ebony.
Oh, well, this is awkward. Ooh. All right.
Oh, is it like that then?
Hit me up on Twitter, Ebony. We're all right. I forgive you. I think it was just a casual stabbing, though, Scribe. You know, a hobby gone wrong. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of, maybe not hobbies. I can't find a segue for this, so I'm not going to try.
It's a lot lower energy on this show, isn't it? I'm used to elbowing my way into the conversation.
Well, you're used to having Ghastly there too, so.
All I got to do is inhale, and it's like Moses parting the Red Sea. Just like, all right, Drunkle, just get it over with. Come on.
Yeah, well, we have a thing over here called
Jump in whenever you need to.
You have a thing over there called manners, do you? We invented manners, Scribe. We invented America.
Well, you have a very weird way of showing it sometimes. Thank you, Snubbers.
Well,
Y'all really that surprised people need an excuse to stab people now?
No, not that they need an excuse. It just seems weird somebody would randomly run around a shopping mall like that and not be terrorist related.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're not looking for an excuse, are you? But at the bare minimum, a reason.
Reason is fine.
A reason is fine.
You accidentally zipped yourself in your zipper and you're going to take it out on the world? Give me something.
You know what I mean?
My horoscope, dude, it said today you will stab multiple people.
That's right.
All right. Well, fuck it.
Such a Sagittarius thing to do.
Let's see. Well, we're talking about hobbies briefly there. How about betting on sports games?
Sure.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
NFL suspends player for betting on league games.
Ooh, he looks like a betting man.
I pulled this up because Monkey likes football.
I enjoy the NFL.
Josh Shaw, a defensive back for the Arizona Cardinals, has been suspended through at least the 2020 season for betting on NFL games, the league said Friday.
Ooh.
Shaw, who was on injured reserve before suspension, bet on games multiple times this season, the NFL said in a statement. Quote, a league investigation uncovered no evidence indicating any inside information was used or that any game was compromised in any way, the statement said, nor was there evidence suggesting any awareness by teammates, coaches, or other players of his betting activity.
Well, it's a bit different, isn't it? Like if he's betting on his team to win.
Exactly. Well,
if he was going to throw the game, then it's different, isn't it?
As long as he's not betting on his team in any way, that way you don't have to even worry about that kind of crap. Betting on any other team is fine.
Well, no, I think betting on your own team to win. I think because you don't know you're going to win. The only way you can ensure you get the outcome that you need is if you throw the match. And as long as he wasn't betting on the Cardinals to lose, I don't really see the problem.
Well, that's what I'm confused about when they say inside information, as if everything is already preordained.
Right, like it's the WWE.
Yeah. It's fate football.
Yeah, they don't specify who he bet on, just that he bet multiple times. So I'm assuming if he had bet on the Cardinals, they would have said that, but I don't know.
It's probably down to a contractual obligation saying that you're not allowed to bet on NFL. I mean, because the contracts they sign, this is some detailed shit that they sign up for, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Saying there was no inside information tells me he probably didn't bet on a Cardinals game.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, who does? When it comes down to the defensive back for the Cardinals doesn't bet on his own team.
Yes, everyone. I know Sinatra's in the chat. I know.
I feel like you should be forced to bet on your own team. That should be part of your salary.
That too. They make enough fucking money, don't they? Why not?
Yeah. At least half of your salary each week has to be bet on your team.
Yeah. And if you lose, a load of orphans get a pizza party.
And an ass kicking.
And obviously, yeah, they're orphans.
They're
Who are they going to do?
orphans.
Tell their parents. Come on.
Fuck. Oh, shit.
Well,
you did this. Don't blame us.
I know.
He did do it. He did.
This is on him.
He's the Lord of Masochism tonight.
After starting the show by being upset that I interrupted him, he invited Drunkle on.
Okay, hold on.
I actually got 8 minutes ago. I got $1 from Ductator asking me to interrupt as well. So I hope I'm doing you proud there, Ductator.
I do something nice, and now it's like, oh my god, you did this to yourself. Am I complaining?
You did
No,
describe
we're just pointing
me as
it
a
out
celebrity.
just in case you do.
Well, I understand that. I know
Just
what I was
in case
doing.
you do.
I know. It's just that I haven't had Drunkle on as the guest forever. It's been a long time.
For fucking good reasons, Scribe.
Well, could be, but what can I say? The Thanksgiving spirit has me feeling charitable.
That's fine, yeah. Well, I mean, whatever
Until
you say,
this
I'm
time
going to
next
interrupt
year.
you halfway through. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, so it'll be a year from now before I decide to do this again. But
Suddenly I feel charitable again.
All right. 30th of November, 2020. It's a date.
Well, how about a episode of Fallout, Texas? Because evacuation order lifted after Texas chemical plant explosions, but officials warn about asbestos debris.
Oh, come on back, guys. Just get a little lung cancer.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is anyone here interested in starting a band called Asbestos Debris?
I'll be the drummer.
Sinatra, I need you, man.
A mandatory evacuation order issued after a series of explosions at a Texas chemical plant has been lifted, a county official said Friday morning. Tens of thousands of residents within a 4-mile radius of the TPC group plant in the small city of Port Neches had been told to leave their homes Wednesday after explosions at the site, which led to fires.
Asbestos fires, no less. Fuck me.
Wait, shouldn't the asbestos have kept it from burning?
Well,
you would think, wouldn't you? Actually, yeah, it's a retardant. Yeah, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, so's Irate Bear. The fires are not extinguished.
Ouch.
But they are. So wait, the fires are not extinguished, but they are contained, said Jefferson County Judge Jeff.
Yeah, there's asbestos around them.
Who issued the evacuation. He previously said the evacuation order would be lifted when the fires were contained, because that would give him confidence that more explosions would not come. Okay. The evacuation order covered the cities of Port Neches, Groves, Nederland, and part of Port Arthur. Though residents in the zone can return, not all will come back to whole homes. Wednesday's blast damaged some houses, shattering windows and destroying roofs. When do we get to the asbestos part? Officials have been monitoring the air because the fires were burning a chemical called butadiene, a colorless...
But this were meant to be peaceful. What the fuck?
Yes. A colorless gas with a gasoline-like smell that is considered a health hazard according to the U.S. National Library of Medicine. Butadiene is made from processing petroleum and is used to make synthetic rubber and plastics. The plant makes products for chemical and petroleum companies. Chemical levels in the air tracked in the area so far are below concentrations that would trigger health concerns. Brannick said Friday that residents should be on the lookout for pieces of asbestos that might have been expelled in the explosions. If you start seeing asbestos, I think it's too late. Just saying. And once you know what it looks like.
Not as late as if you start tasting asbestos, that's definitely too late.
What does asbestos look like?
Oh, it's fibery, isn't it?
Cancer.
It's fibery shit.
It looks like cancer.
Yeah, it's just tumors flying through the air. Yeah.
It looks like lawyers.
Part of the facility, it looks like feminism. Part of the facility was completed in the 1940s and had pipe coverings with the fibrous substance. Why was that left there?
Who knew it was going to blow?
Why wasn't that removed a long time ago? Because asbestos is linked to diseases like cancer diseases and cancer. Widespread use of asbestos products stopped years ago. Right. And if they knew that stuff was there, they should have removed it.
Well, I mean, it does make sense, doesn't it? Because asbestos was used wildly in construction around about that time. Not all places got the asbestos removed, and now we've got child drag queens. So I think there's a link there.
Probably. You don't actually have to remove asbestos unless you're going to be breaking shit up. That's when it becomes a problem, when it gets dusty.
I do lines of it, mate. I'm a hard guy.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're British. What else are you going to do?
No, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing over there.
Did you guys know they have no Thanksgiving? They have nothing to be thankful for over there.
I know.
Well, I mean, there's the weather.
And, there's the Queen's health, I guess.
I heard she's stepping down.
Waiting for that to degrade.
Stepping down?
Okay, I don't know. She hasn't texted me in weeks, monkey. I don't fucking know.
No, she fired Prince Andrew. She's not stepping down.
No, there was a
story. You can fire someone from your family.
Well, you can't.
Yesterday or today, there was a story that she's stepping down and turning the reins over to the ugly balding dude.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Charles,
there's a long-running joke. Yeah, Prince Charles. There's a long-running joke in Britain in that Prince Charles is never going to be the king because the Queen is basically bulletproof. Like he's going to die long before she does. The Queen Mother, mate, made it to like 104 or something stupid like that. She was made of asbestos.
Yeah, Skills, here's the story.
Yeah, please do.
Throwing it in the side chat there.
Okay.
You did this.
Well, then,
you're gonna retire, man.
That's a good segue into MSS News. So, guys, if you have news stories you'd like us to attempt to read on the air, please send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSS News. Can't promise we'll get to them all, but that's because Drunkle is here.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. And like, Monkey, you say like she's got to retire. Retire from what?
Well, let's find out.
I don't know how.
Pistol, mate. Well, she just pulled a muscle from waving at people.
Okay, New York Post says Queen Elizabeth may soon retire to hand reins to Prince Charles.
Not happening. Not happening. Look at that face. That is the face of stoicism right there. She ain't going anywhere, mate.
That's the face of a...
Starting to look like Churchill.
Yeah,
she is a bit, though, isn't she? Churchill crossed with an actual bulldog.
Queen Elizabeth II is apparently considering retiring in about 18 months so her son, Prince Charles, can assume the throne, reports
nepotism.
said Wednesday. The 93-year-old monarch is weighing stepping down around her 95th birthday, the same age that her husband, Prince Philip, withdrew from his royal duties. Quote, Her Majesty...
Is she going to run somebody over first?
Royal duties.
Her Majesty is mindful of her age and wants to make sure that when the time comes, the transition of the crown is seamless. A former senior member of the royal household told a former senior member. Okay.
Yeah.
From someone familiar with the matter. I understand the Queen has given the matter considerable thought and believes that if she is still alive at 95, she will seriously consider passing the reign to Charles.
She will be alive at 95. She will. I mean, it rhymes for one. And she gets the best healthcare like in the world.
Well, yeah, she's the queen.
Yeah. You're right.
I mean, she doesn't. Her you guys' empire has fallen, but she still's got a shit ton of money, and that's how you stay alive a long time.
It is, yeah. Plus, I mean, that like there's a whole the tourist aspect of it because a lot of people in Britain really not down with the monarchs. I really don't give a shit. If anything, we're a bit pissed off of them because they soak up a lot of tax money. But they do bring in a lot of tourists. So it really does rely on other countries. Australia, for instance, people who come over from Australia to Britain absolutely love the Queen. However, if she were to pass the reins to Charles, as it were, a lot of them would lose interest. So, I mean, it's not fiscally, it's not a good move.
Yeah, since the Queen had Diana killed, Charles just isn't as interesting.
Whoa, monkey. We use the word murdered. Okay,
murdered. I'm sorry. Had her murdered.
Thank you.
Had her suicided like Epstein.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
it was a suicide. I read that in something.
Moving on. Oh, yeah. This one comes from Shrouded Angel. Yeah, you read it. You read it in the New York Post, I'm sure. Abandoned cat found with child's heartbreaking note attached to collar.
I thought you were going to say child's heart. Holy shit! Wow. This show's looking up now, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Staff
at the Effingham County Animal Shelter posted a photo of Violet on Facebook along with a little girl's note found tied around her collar, leaving people in tears with the sad story. Let's see. When Violet the cat arrived at Effingham County Animal Shelter in Illinois on Monday, it became clear that she used to have a home and a very loving owner.
Apparently not.
The rescuer who found Violet described her as very, very sweet and loves to be scratched on the head, and her friendly temperament was explained by the message attached to the pink collar. Okay, stop teasing us and get to it. The message, corrected for spelling, read, quote, "Bye, Violet. I think that name chose you. I wish I could keep you. Bye, Violet. I hope you get a good owner. Love, Lacey."
Dickhead. Cats can't read. Fucking ridiculous.
Across the side of the page, it continued. "To owner, please take good care of her. By the way, I named her. Thank you." Oh, for crying out. Look at that.
Weird name for a cat.
Oh, come on.
Oh, what?
I don't believe that story.
Okay, well, the letter left staff devastated, knowing not only was Violet missing a home, but a child was missing Violet. Vanessa Scavlem, an animal control officer at the shelter, said, quote, "When we pulled it off and read it, it just tugs at your heartstrings. I just envisioned some child loving this thing, and knowing they can't keep it. Violet was found not to have a microchip, so the shelter posted a picture of the adorable cat on its Facebook page where the child's wish to find her a good home was spotted by Cindy Murray. Cindy said the note brought tears to her eyes, and she decided to head to the shelter on her day off to meet Violet. Before she sent off, she sent the post to her husband saying, quote, "I want to go get this cat. I love it. Talk me out of it." What?
Doesn't sound like she wants it all that much, really, does it? Like, asking to be talked out of it. Like, make your mind up, Cindy.
Why would let's assume for a second, and I underscore the word assume. The letter is real. Why would this little girl have to give up her cat?
Maybe they had to move.
Her parents were Chinese.
Yeah, she was trying to save it.
Oh wow.
Maybe she's like Elmira and her parents made her get rid of it so she didn't kill the poor thing.
I will love you and squeeze you and hug you forever.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that took me back. Holy fuck.
Yeah, well, I'm just full of old useless trivia and references.
Oh shit, what was that? It was fucking Tiny Toons, wasn't it?
Tiny
Fucking
Toons,
hell.
yes.
Yep, Tiny
Elmira.
Bloody, that took me way back. Fair play.
Let's see. Which one do I want to do next here, Tiffany?
I hope
Okay,
she doesn't
right.
get a hamster next. They'll just flush it.
Oh, Pebbles.
Pebbles!
More Pebbles. All right, this one comes from Dragon Mage. I gotta put it into these.
Good old Dragon Mage. We like Dragon Mage.
Dragon Mage.
Dragon Mage is good dragon people.
Yeah, he's good dragon people. Yeah. A bit into the magic, bit satanic,
little
but you know,
bit,
we look
yeah,
past
you know.
that because we're all
Who's
about
not?
the religious freedom here, monkey.
Who's not?
Loving it. Tip for eating at McDonald's eating a McDonald's meal with one hand completely divides fast food fans. We live in a world, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a society.
Thank you, Cryptic. You heard about the British pig that ties shoelaces very well. He was from Nottingham. Oh,
Well played.
Good old Crypt. Yeah, I love Crypt. Cryptic
was a
does
good
such
one.
strong work, man. Such
Nice.
strong work.
taking to Instagram, McDonald's explained how balancing your burger box on top of your drink creates a plate for your food.
You know what's also good? Plates.
Quote, fancy a one-handed meal, they wrote.
That was
Who
my
the fuck
nickname
eats
in
like
high
that?
school.
So it was Marty's too.
Simply unfold your burger box to make a fries tray, then perch it on your soft drink. Easy as. To achieve the hack, simply order a meal that comes with a box, for example, a Big Mac or a box of nuggets. As long as it's in a box, you'll be able to make it work. Open the lid of the box and place it on top of your drink with the straw in between the fold. This way, each half of the box is resting on each side of the straw. Then tip your fries into the empty side of the box, and there you have it, a McPlate.
I see a flaw.
Only
right?
one?
Several.
You know, just the one. Just the one.
Do tell.
So you've had a couple of fries, you know. Okay, you've had a bite of your burger. You go, all right. Now I'm a bit thirsty because this pretzel's very salty. And so well, it's a Seinfeld thing. Never mind. So you go to have a sip of your drink, right? Your straw's right there, but you got a burger on the left of you, fries to the right. Here I am
in the middle with you.
with a fucking greasy face now.
Oh,
Yes.
Fry grease on the right. I got burger grease on the left. Think it through. I think the only correct use of the word hack in this is about the person who wrote it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, sir. Well
Pretzels
done.
are making my mouth dry. My God. No, can
There
you
he
imagine-
is.
They
There,
said,
you caught up. You caught up.
they said it's one-handed though. So, like, are you supposed to just like headbutt the burger and try to eat it while it's in one hand or something? Like, what is your other hand doing?
I do. Well, you're masturbating clearly, aren't you? Because
Where the hell are you going to do this when you're not already on a table and it'd just be easier to set the damn box next to it?
you're probably thinking like a drive-through or something here.
real quick.
I think
Real quick, thank you, Mashisu. Curious if you saw the tweet I tagged you in where the Canadian government is demanding a comedian pay $35,000 fine for a joke he told.
I did, yeah.
I think I was getting to that story, but yes. thank you.
Jeez. Yeah, I'd love to. But it's still Canadian dollars. So what's that?
Yeah, it's like 3 cents.
$10. Yeah, there you 3 cents here. 2 cents. Oh,
If it's pounds, I mean, it's even less. So
well, we don't weigh our money.
Thank you, Terry Diamantis. I see one floor too. One floor? Okay. The one the food ends up on when it all falls over.
Yeah, good
I see what he
lead-in. Good
did
lead-in.
I wondered how that balancing act was going to work as soon as you start eating or picking up the burger or whatever else. I guess the straw keeps it there, but yeah, no, that's stupid.
I'm gonna put it out there, Scribe. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna say it is for people who've gone through drive-through and they're driving while eating their fast food, which is very irresponsible.
That's right.
I feel like this is a way for the restaurant to get more money when all that food falls and they have to go buy more.
Speaking of driving, hey, you remember
Whoa.
Jeremy Clarkson?
Yes.
All right,
He
do
presents
too.
a show called Top Gear in the UK, or he used to until he got
Oh,
fired
okay.
for it
Okay.
because he went to punch a producer because they wouldn't let him have a steak for dinner.
That's right. And thank you, Point Curation. This is not a free country, and it ought to be. Yeah, we'll get to the. Actually, I think I might use that for fuckatry when we get to that. We'll get there shortly.
That's pretty good.
Aging megastar deeply threatened by teenage climate activist. Uh-oh.
How dare you, sir?
Fight.
Punch her, man. You can take her.
Former Top Gear host Jeremy Clarkson has been full of bad takes over the years, from racist comments to suicide jokes. Hey, suicide.
He's good. Yeah, I mean, he's a pretty funny guy. I'll give him that. You know?
But he's still at it, and the newest target of his annoyance is Greta Thunberg, an idiot teenage climate activist who has, Clarkson added, killed the car show. That's it, everyone. We figured it out. End the global surveys, stop the equations, give the overheating calculators and endless spreadsheets a break. We have the answer. Can you sense that this person's being sarcastic?
Sarcastic, yeah.
An adolescent born in 2003 has single-handedly killed the concept of the car show and the car itself, both of which have been around since long before she was born and still exist today.
No. Right, he got fired from the car show, and he took his 2 co-hosts with him and started his own show. That's what killed the car show.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with it. Don't get me wrong, because he's a proper he really denies climate change, because he just loves fucking internal combustion engines. You know, he would drink petroleum if he could get away with it.
Let's see, Jeremy 59 ranted, quote, everyone I know under 25, is that a lot, isn't the slightest bit interested in cars. Greta Thunberg has killed the car show. They're taught at school before they say mommy and daddy that cars are evil and it's in their heads, unquote. Well, I won't deny that the whole climate crisis thing has taken a turn towards the mythical in some places, how they teach it, but I don't know that it's killed the car show. But I don't know how many car shows there are. So
that was it. It was Top Gear. Oh no, you had a knockoff called Fifth Gear as well, which I thought was about a man trying 5 different types of marijuana. I was sorely disappointed. And then I think they went off to do the world tour or something like that, which was with him and the guests. And to be honest, I've never been into cars, but Top Gear was a good show because it was about the banter between the 3 of them. You know, it wasn't really about cars. It was just a good watch. It was a proper bloke's show, though.
Well, that's just sexist.
Well, no, but nobody was. It was like a proper, have a couple of beers with the lads, and new episode of Top Gear is coming out. It was very, very silly, very childish. It used to be back in the day, they'd be like, oh, look at me sticking my dick in this 25 horsepower tractor engine or some shit like that. But then it got more about the entertainment. It was all right. It was all right. And then, of course, fucking Greta ruined it, apparently.
Too many people lost their dicks, huh?
Yeah, a story as old as time, Satsu.
That's a great segue, because speaking of dicks, men with bionic penises give partners more orgasms and make them better lovers.
That was a sterling segue.
Hey, you guys opened the door and I just walked on through. Bionic penises. Is this a thing? Men given bionic penises make better... Yeah, okay. More than 450 men who suffered severe erectile dysfunction were given free bionic penile implants by the NHS last year. Some of those who received the 8,000-pound surgery were cancer survivors and patients with type 1 diabetes.
They didn't have dick cancer. No.
Around 20 patients and their partners were invited to rate their before and after sex performances on a scale of 1 to 30, with lower numbers best.
That's not how you rate things, is it?
1 to 30.
The study results show that partners said they scored an average of 22 before the surgery to 10 with the implant. That's going in the good direction, whereas usually you'd go the other way. Women,
but I see a big problem with that as well, right? Because basically your husband has lost his dick and has just had a fake one put on. Of course you're going to say it's better. He's in the room. You're not going to go, shit, I missed the old peen.
Plus,
the guy's self-esteem is already suffering as it is.
How long's it been since she had it? You know what I mean? It could be like 2 years. So, the whole give a starving man a saltine cracker. He's like, that's the best thing ever.
Yeah, because if he's had erectile dysfunction up to this point, then it probably hasn't been that often or that great.
Too much salt.
Too much.
The research published in peer-reviewed medical journal Andrologia indicated that women were 33% more likely to orgasm with a man fitted with a penile implant.
So a dude wearing a vibrator is better at getting her off. I'm shocked.
Penile prosthesis implantation involves the surgical insertion of a rod or cylinder inside the. Oh, ow!
And can we just all give it up for Getty Images right here with that photo? Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. This is this man's whole career right here.
It can be a malleable rod or an inflatable hydraulic system to allow
I want that one.
to become
Me too.
that's pumped full of liquid from a store next to the testicles.
Where the
That's the Marty version.
You're gonna fill it with margarita.
Brit experts said the findings prove the surgery works.
Yeah,
Professor,
you lost me at Brit experts, to be honest.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like British experts in penile function. Like, I don't know about that one. I mean, you guys don't.
Wait, dude, that sentence that just came on the screen.
What? Well, it's gone now. What was it?
It says something about a man who was born without a penis.
Is it a man?
I don't know, but how does he get one if it's just a rod inserted into the penis?
How does he pee?
Ooh, he squats.
Okay.
Like a proper woman.
Logistically, it makes sense, I suppose. But I'm just thinking, like, if there's no penis, there's no pee hole. You know, it's got to go somewhere.
You could still have a urethra.
Well, you can, but where is it? You're like coming out your armpit or something.
Well, speaking of long,
It's on top of the taint.
Speaking of long holes, Arizona teen
good.
17 becomes trapped in chimney after trying to get locked in house.
Wait.
Or get in locked house.
Oh, I was about to say, what?
Get in locked house. Sorry, I misspoke that one.
He's monkey reading.
No, Santa didn't come early to one Arizona residence. Now he
hasn't got a penis.
Yeah. Instead, firefighters who responded Wednesday night to a Phoenix home found a 17-year-old girl in the chimney who had gotten stuck as she tried to sneak back into her house after a late night.
Oh.
According to another teen, only identified by Fox 10 as Yasmin, her friend became trapped after trying to get into the house and was stuck for about an hour and a half before rescuers arrived.
Oh, that's a long 90 minutes, isn't it, when you're stuck in a chimney?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's
No signal.
Snuck out. Ooh.
That's
No Instagram.
That's Monkey's Horror Show. The two girls reportedly came home to find Yasmin's house had been completely locked up. With no covert way to enter, the friend decided to climb up on the roof.
Yes, quote, the covert way. Yes, very good.
Quote, she thought about going down the chimney, she told the station. I didn't know it was blocked in the bottom. I never thought it was blocked on the bottom, so she went down and she started freaking out. Yeah.
Of course it was blocked in the bottom. That's how your house has never been burgled before. Every motherfucker would be coming down the chimney otherwise, wouldn't it?
Kids are stupid.
They don't know what a flu is or anything else. She was like, call 911. She couldn't breathe, Yasmin said. Firefighters took nearly 40 minutes to rescue the teen who, according to Fox 10, was covered in soot when she was free.
No.
Blackface, culturally inappropriate.
As for
Her parents canceled her.
As for Yasmin's parents, the homeowners, they were less than pleased. They were so mad, Yasmin said. Really mad. Well,
you think?
That's what I love about parents. I remember when I was little and I went missing for... Well, I say I went missing. I just got lost in like a fucking theme park or some shit like that. And my mum was proper panicking. Like, holy shit, she was panicking. And then, eventually we got reunited. I think some kind of stranger just, well, you missing your mum? And took me to a place, and my mum turned up there, and my mum gave me the biggest hug ever. I was so worried about you, and then just turned on a penny, slapped me clean around the face, and went, "Don't you ever do that again!
Don't you ever do that again!" Look, you're a 17-year-old girl. You snuck out of your house, came home late, and caused all that ruckus because they're gonna have to pay for that.
Oh yeah,
her parents are gonna have to pay for that rescue. Good job, dumbass.
On the plus side, though,
and now she's pregnant.
Now. 9 minutes ago, Ductator donated $1.29 to streamandarbs.com/drunkenuncle to say it's a quid. And it is a quid. Well done, sir. Your maths is on point. Now, do you know what, Ductator? Your math is on point. That was
Speaking of points, hey, NHL coach steps down after admitting to using racial slur toward black player earlier in career. How much earlier? I guess it doesn't really matter.
They knew because they went back and found photos of him with his ass beat.
Right. I'm loving that photo as well. This photo there is going,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like, National Hockey League coach Bill Peters stepped down Friday, days after apologizing for using a racial slur against a former player a decade ago.
Damn.
Wow, bad words being used in hockey.
Yeah, right. Is there no statute of limitations on this shit?
No. Peters coached the Calgary Flames in Alberta. The team launched an investigation after former player Akeem Aliu posted a message on social media saying Peters once directed offensive language towards him.
What?
Quote, "This morning I received a letter of resignation from Bill Peters, which I accepted," team general manager Brad Treliving told reporters. Effective immediately, Bill Peters is no longer a member of the Calgary Flames organization. In a letter addressed to Trevelling on Wednesday, Peters said he was sorry. Quote, "Although it was an isolated and immediately regrettable incident, I take responsibility for what I said. The statement was made in a moment of frustration and does not reflect my personal values," he wrote. "I meant no disrespect in what I said." Well, when you insult somebody, and it was not directed at anyone in particular. Okay.
To him.
But that doesn't matter. It was hurtful and demeaning. I am truly sorry. Well, I mean, we don't know the circumstances.
How do you direct a slur at somebody and it's not at them?
Yeah.
You just be like, "Fuck your family tree." It's really easy. It's really easy.
In response, hold on.
What did he say though? That's the thing.
I'm gonna get there. If they
Dictator, you just earned your dollar's worth there, buddy. All right.
In response to the letter, Aliu called what Peters wrote, quote, "misleading, insincere, and concerning." Well, it does sound like that, according to a statement Thursday that was first reported by TSN.
Big words for a hockey player.
Trembling called the allegations against Peters repulsive, and his review of the incident, quote, "the most difficult experience of his career." He said the organization knew nothing about the allegations at the time Peters was hired. Well, yeah, 10 years ago. Did they say anything about the specifics? Okay, Peters, quote, "dropped the N-bomb several times towards me in the dressing room in my rookie year because he didn't like my choice of music," he said. Peters was the team's head coach at the time. Aliu was traded in June 2010 to the Atlanta Thrashers, I never heard of them, and is currently a free agent. Aliu spoke to TSN on Tuesday, telling the network, quote, "What am I going to say? I was 20 years old and a first-year pro. I was too scared to speak up. I beat myself up every day over it for a decade." Wow, okay. Yeah.
What's that? 365 over 10? Well, no, that's 365. Shit, 3,000 days. Over 3,000. That's a long time to beat yourself up, Scribe.
I know. I punching himself every day.
Someone's going to ask about the bruises, aren't they? Are you okay?
Okay.
Hockey. They explain that.
If I'm understanding this correctly, and you guys tell me if you heard wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The young black players there listening to rap or something, and the coach is complaining about Negro music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this kid beat himself up for a decade for not saying something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's more than that. Like, he started listening to country, a bit of Johnny Cash and everything instead, just trying to better himself, you know?
Yeah.
That's not as bad as I thought it was. When it said he used a racial slur in training, I was just like, what did he shout out then? Like, "Come on, Akir, whatever your name is, slap shot it like the white man," or something, you know? Like, what, you know, like, what? But no, if he just straight up dropped some N-bombs, then yeah, he's probably in a professional setting. You can't have that, can you?
No, and I'm with you on that. But he was specifically saying about the music, and he has to quit his job 10 years later. You know, here's what I propose. Okay,
yeah.
Let that young black player who's now 10 years older, he's not a rookie in the league,
still beating himself up,
punch this guy in the nuts once and call it good.
I don't know, man, because then you're turning like a verbal altercation into a physical altercation. I think that's.
But he's been beating himself up for 3,656 days, man.
Real quick, thank you, Cryptic. The Atlanta Thrashers are now the Winnipeg Jets.
Oh shit! So we're going way back then.
God, they got moved around or something.
It's hockey. I don't even care.
Yeah, I know. Like the Philadelphia Flyers and the Penguins, I think.
I just know that it's always funny when an American team wins the Stanley Cup.
I remember the Red Wings because I had a classmate who moved to, I think it's Chicago. Red Wings is Chicago, isn't it? I think
Detroit.
Detroit. Oh, okay. Then oh no, the Red Wings. Yeah, the Red Wings are in Michigan. The Blackhawks are Illinois or Chicago.
Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, Chicago Black. That's what it was. Okay. Anyway,
I don't think I'd want to play for the Red Wings. That's a lot.
Isn't it? That's yeah.
did you get your wings? The Red Wings.
Yeah, that's immediately why I go to with that as well.
So can I just put this in the context that's in my head because
I mean, you are the black guy, so you're the authority here, Satsu, on whether
well, I'm just
the punishment
thinking,
fits the crime.
I'm just thinking in that music that he was listening to. How many references were there to killing Negroes, giving Negroes drugs, fucking female Negroes? That was all said in repetition throughout that song. And then some random white dude somewhere else was just like, hey, I know that word too. And he's like, oh God, I'm scarred for life now.
That's a really good. I never even thought of that. That's such a good point.
Thank you, Sanguine. At a certain point, you just have to admit that you are beating yourself up because it is your new fetish and it is no longer out of shame.
There you go. Yeah. If he
Hockey
said he
player.
beat himself up about not saying something for the first 6 months and he's just like, fuck it, I got to get on with my life. Okay. Beating yourself up for a decade over this? Really, dude? You're kind of a pussy.
Thank you, Cryptic. Yeah. The original Jets are now the Phoenix Coyotes. Is that a Canadian?
Yeah,
I don't know all the vicissitudes of the NHL, so you guys.
But then was it the coach who resigned? Was it the coach or the manager? Yeah. So like, but I mean, has the coach gone any way to better himself? It's been 10 years. In his resignation letter, he could have said like, "Hey, I have learned from my mistakes. No. I'm now a big fan of Tupac and Biggie."
But see.
he didn't even apologize to the guy. He said, "Well, I wasn't directed at anybody." Like, okay.
My problem with him is he said what these fuckers always say. This doesn't reflect my values. Bitch, you said it.
Yeah, but then it's like Satsu said there, wasn't it? It's like in the lyrics, it's being repeated, like, you're the realist, nigga. You're gonna feel this, like, nigga. Okay. And you're like, well, okay, well.
And would you, if that rap star came out and said, wait, me saying those words does not reflect my values, who here would believe him?
Yeah, you got me there.
Well, with that, guys, we're going to stop MSS News. Thank you guys so much for all of your submissions. Appreciate it. We're going to move on to the wonderful world of YouTube time. I'll go first because I didn't do anything today. So, Satsu, what have you been up to today?
Not working on anything today. I did try to work on some cooking videos that I had on standby.
You're not done with cooking already? Like, holy shit!
No, the cooking is
I
done.
never want to see a fucking stove again.
The cooking is done. Just I gotta fucking get these videos up that I've been sitting on for a little bit. Otherwise, there's some 7 days projects and stuff that I still wanted to work on, and a couple other things. We're gonna be streaming tonight, right? Today is Friday.
Yes, it's Friday.
Okay, I had to make sure. Fucking time just disappeared yesterday. So yeah, we'll be playing 7 days tonight over on 2 Cents Plus, and I'm gonna try to get back into the swing of things because I haven't really done any proper work as far as YouTube is concerned for like 4 days, just prepping for Thanksgiving and stuff. So
I got to admit, mate, I don't really subscribe to any, even on my personal account. I don't watch any cooking channels, but your shit is good, mate.
really.
Yeah. Shit, I saved it. What was that? Buffalo chicken lasagna?
Oh yeah.
It's a banging one. I actually made that. It was fucking gorgeous.
You should next time you make it, send me a picture. I don't know, like whenever I share those.
I'm not letting you see my cookware, you pervert.
Don't call housewife on me.
Why didn't you made it in a foil container there, didn't you? Because it was a while ago, wasn't it? Yeah, that was kind of my one qualm with it because I try and avoid using foil shit. You got to use the proper either ceramic or Pyrex glass.
Yeah, if I had it on hand, I would have.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
All right, is that all, Satsu?
Yeah.
All right, Drunkle, what have you been up to?
Oh man, it's been a day. Do you know, I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning because I had to work. I had a load of cleaning jobs this morning, and I came home and I didn't have another cleaning job until 5:30. So instead of looking at my bed and being a reasonable human being and go, I'm gonna have a nap, what did I do? I made a fucking video instead. I've been up. It's fucking 3. I've been up 22 hours.
Jesus. Damn.
and the video's still fucking rendering. I don't even know if it's turned out all right yet. If I've made a single mistake, I've got to sit here and render it for another hour and a half. I'm gonna be livid, mate. I mean, it's on it's from the website fuckhate.com.
Oh yeah.
If you remember, it's
yeah.
the potty mouths princesses.
Yes.
And so it's where they get a load of prepubescent teenage girls to swear their non-existent tits off. It was a minute-long video. My video's 13 minutes. Warranted, I went a little bit overboard with it.
Usually with me, I take the length of the original video and double it thereabouts, and that's usually how long my videos go. So if it's like 15 minutes, I usually go about half an hour.
Yeah, but it was a minute and 10 seconds, so I would have ended up with a video 2 minutes 20, and no one's watching that. Plus, I mean, it was easy as well. I just sat there and I just started writing. I got the angry keyboard out, man.
The one that's got all the letters worn off.
There's not even any buttons on there anymore, man.
All right. And I believe you were on the AAA show earlier today.
Me?
All right. Well, see, Sinatra sent me a link to it, but I didn't see the link he sent because Twitter doesn't alert me to DMs anymore for some reason until like after it was all over with. So I presumed you were on the show. Maybe I was mistaken.
Yeah. 3 times a week, mate. It's me, Ghastly, and Sinatra 3 times a week. We're like Lords of the Night, but
Lazy.
just a little bit different. Oh, there's nothing lazy about him. There's nothing lazy about him, monkey. It's a melee.
It's 3 times a week. It's literally half what we do.
Yeah, but we're doing it for an hour and a half, right?
And guess even less.
It is like Black Friday 3 times a week.
Oh, it's
just chaos.
Verbal elbows. It's true, all over the place.
It's just chaos.
Scribe just called us boring.
Huh? I didn't say we were boring.
You just agreed that he's doing more work than us.
I didn't say he's doing more work. I said it is chaos because they're all verbal elbows. They interrupt and talk over each other. I've tried.
I could talk over you more if that would be cool.
I could do that too.
Yeah, me too. It's great.
I know. I've been there.
It's fun.
Yeah, I have the scars.
He's been there.
Monkey,
he loves it.
What have you been up to?
Me?
Yes, you.
Think about it, bud. Think about it. Say you've been calling a hockey player a nigger. Go on.
God. No, I did a monkey in the morning.
It was a reference.
It was a callback.
Yeah, thank you.
We did monkey in the morning this morning where Drunkle joined me for a little while.
Oh, shit. Man, that feels like it was a week ago. That was so long ago in my head, mate. Fucking hell.
We had a fascinating Back to the Future discussion once he joined on. And then, of course, like Satsu said, we're going to be over on 2 Cents Plus right after this, playing some 7 Days to Die. Update on our friend Hammer, who had the stroke the other day. Mm-hmm. He is fully recovered.
Yay!
Another stroke. Could people stop having strokes, please?
This is one we discussed this morning, Drunkle.
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
Yes.
No, I wasn't in the stream.
Hammer. Last he told us he was just waiting on one final MRI. It's like he had 2 CAT scans that both came back clean. So good for him. So hopefully he'll be out of the hospital and home soon.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing though, Hammer. Like, if you're gonna have a stroke, the present day is the best time to have it. If you had a stroke 10 years ago, fuck it, 5 years ago, that was a much bigger sentence than it is nowadays, man. Modern medicine being what it is.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, well, it was his wherewithal of knowing what was going on ahead of time and getting immediate action. That's what probably saved my vision in my eye when I had my little incident, is that I was off to the hospital and got immediate treatment from a specialist.
I
happened to be working that. It was a Sunday of all days, and the guy just happened to be on call for something else, and he was like the top specialist in the area on eyes, and I was just like, holy shit! And I got treated immediately, and it's probably what saved my sight.
How did you know you were having a stroke in your eye, or that something was up? What was going on?
Well, it was milky.
All the vision in my. So I was sitting there playing a game in the morning, and it was a grim dawn.
Get
actually,
a fucking job.
And then all the colors of what was going on in the game just suddenly got all very bright and then wavy and indistinct in one eye. It was sort of like if you get a flash bulb in your eye, you get that little like.
Oh yeah.
But it's that just sort of in a perpetually, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And fortunately, I was already going to be seeing my sister that day to go out to breakfast, so she was already on her way. at the time that this happened. And so I called her up and I said, something's wrong. You need to take me to the hospital. And that's where we went. And then for the next several months, I had a spider web occlusion in my eye. So everything was like my vision in that eye was all screwed up with this gray spider web thing. But gradually with the treatment and everything else, and I guess just the fact that I'm relatively young, it's effectively faded to the point where I don't notice it unless I really try.
You can like look past it, kind of like the shit little worm things you get on your eyes, whatever.
Yeah, it's faded away to the point where I don't notice it. I know it's there. I can tell there's a difference, but it doesn't obstruct.
Glad you're okay there, mate.
But the thing that I'm more upset though is that was the day I was supposed to do Lethal Weapon review with Monkey, but I couldn't because I was in the hospital and he had to do it all by himself. It's a very awkward situation because he didn't know what was going on. And then I listened to it afterwards. I was like, oh, I feel so sad now.
I'm glad you got your priorities sorted. And Monkey, I didn't miss your milky stroke joke, mate. I was there. I was with you.
Nobody acknowledged it.
No.
And I'm hurt now.
I'm glad you can feel something. I did have because I got a bit because I only heard about your eye stroke today.
No,
I didn't know about that. And I'll tell you what, I've had my eye has been vibrating weirdly. Not like constantly, but every now and then my eye just kind of goes like, I'm going to wiggle. And I did. I'm putting it down to when I was in university a couple of years ago. Me and my housemates used to play this stupid game where whoever came home last, they come through the front door and they'd find a BB gun and a torch or a flashlight. And there'd be a note saying, if we touch you, you're dead. If you shoot us, we're dead. And we would hide around the flat and just jump out at him. And he had to shoot us with this BB gun. And he got me right in the eyeball from about half a meter away.
A BB gun?
A BB gun in the eyeball. I went to the eye hospital the next day.
Yeah.
And they treated me like a rock star, man. There was nurses coming out of every corner in the hospital going, is this him? Can I have a look? Proper gorehounds, the lot of them. I was just saying like how lucky I was to still have my sight and had some kind of eye x-ray and I had the perfect circular bruise on my retina.
Is that where the in your avatar, is that why one eye is different than the other one?
Weirdly, no, it's not.
No, okay.
Happy coincidence.
All right, Monkey, was that all? Was that all, Monkey?
Yeah, that's all I had.
All right, well, let's go on to
sorry, I took that away, didn't I? My bad.
No, it's okay. It's all right. This is why I'm here even when you're here, to try to maintain some kind of restraint.
You did this.
I know. I know what I did.
Shoot you in the eye.
So for Fucketry, I'm going to start off with the story that other people have been asking us about, what happened in Canada. So I'm going to read this verbatim. This comes from Mike Ward, who is he's a blue check mark. Oh, thank you, Sanguine. The eye twitching from side to side uncontrollably could be an ocular seizure, Drunkle.
No, it's more up and down than side to side. It's not bothering me. I think there is such thing as restless eye syndrome as well, so I just put it down to that.
So Mike Ward is Comedic Artist of the Year, 2016 Canadian Comedy Awards, and Comedian of the Year, I guess, in the French side of things over in Canada in 2016. So anyway, he says this, been reading online that I lost my court case, which isn't 100% true. In 2016, the year he was all famous, I guess, the Quebec Human Rights Commission ordered me to pay $42,000 in fines because of a joke I told on stage about a local celebrity who happened to be a disabled child, $7,000 to the mother and $35,000 to the kid. I refused to pay.
Spend it on?
I refused to pay. I refused to pay, went to the appellate court. The appellate court of Quebec reversed the $7,000 fine, which is a good thing. It means in Canada, if someone makes fun of you, your family doesn't deserve financial compensation. Here's the shit part about Canada, well, mostly Quebec. The Quebec government is still ordering me to pay $35,000 to the child because of a joke. I am once again refusing to pay. We're going to take this to the Supreme Court. Comedy is not a crime. In a quote-unquote free country, it shouldn't be up to a judge to decide what constitutes a joke on stage. The people in attendance laughing already answered that question. I'm telling you right now, I'd rather go to prison than pay even 1/10 of this stupid fine.
Does it feel like history's repeating a little bit? This is just Dankula 2.0, isn't it?
Come to America, motherfucker, if you want that kind of protection.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought, Monkey, when he said, "Oh, it shouldn't be comedy in a free country," and I thought, "But you're in Canada."
You're in Canada. This is why I love it when a Canadian will go, "No, we have free speech here. It's just that some people can be fined and prison for it." It's not free speech.
Him, good for him for standing up to him. Fair play.
And you know what? Good for this first appellate court for saying mom doesn't get anything for the. What kind of assholes? Look. He made fun of this little kid. His mom gets paid. That's stupid. Because let's be honest, mom's going to spend his money anyway.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's the mum who's causing the stink about it as well. Like the kid is not, the kid doesn't give a shit.
Kid's retarded. He doesn't know what's going on. Canada. I live in America.
I love you, Monkey. I fucking love you.
The kid doesn't know. How did this kid even hear it? You go to a comedy club.
Is he deaf retarded?
I don't know. But I doubt he was in the audience that night.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So somebody heard this and went and filed a complaint because from what I hear, anybody can file that complaint. It doesn't have to be the mom or the kid or anybody even associated with the joke. As long as it's somebody made an offensive joke, you can end up in trouble with this tribunal. Has there ever been a tribunal that was a good thing?
Wait a second. Thank you, Point Curation. May this man die by hunger strike. May I die rather than submit if I were standing in his shoes. Give me liberty or give me death.
America, baby.
Yeah, that started off a bit weird, but yeah, I mean, the ending was good. Yeah, I'm with you, Point Curation. It's a Jordan B. Peterson thing, isn't it? He drew his line in the sand and he said, no, you move. And I appreciate that. You got to get behind people like that, man, because people are so easily pushed around now, aren't they? You can't say that. That's not funny. Apologize. Never apologize. Never back down. Unless you genuinely are in the wrong. Like, 10 years ago, you gave a couple of racial slurs to an ice hockey player. Then maybe hand in your resignation.
All right. So aside from that.
Real quick, right under that, Pete says, isn't there states where you can get jailed for dead naming or misgendering? And he says New York and Cali. There are laws on the books that are blatantly anti-free speech, and the first time they're challenged, they'll be off the books. But you can't challenge the law unless you're directly affected by it.
Until it's enacted or put into practice, you can't challenge it in court. So waiting for that day to put that.
What time
aside from that, this isn't so much fucketry, but it was interesting because I hadn't heard this. Mr. Anti-Bully, who is totally not Jim, I suppose, posted a picture of Mr. Medicare live on BitChute. Now, I didn't know that BitChute had started doing live streaming. I see. Okay. Apparently, either that it's some kind of test or just some kind of I don't know, placeholder. But it looks, I mean, at least in the arrangement, it looks like a regular sort of YouTube live streaming. So if that's coming about, I'm considering maybe doing some live streaming over there at some point.
We're coming to get you, Susan.
Other than that, I didn't have anything else all that exciting, except for a weird story where 2,000-year-old green serpentine mask was unearthed at the base of Mexico's Pyramid of the Sun. Now, let me show you guys.
2,000 years. Whoa!
Look at this thing.
Yeah, let me show you the picture of this guy.
This is right up my street, mind. I love shit like this.
Because this, for those of you that may have seen a movie of a particular name called The Mask several years ago, you might recognize this because it.
Stop it! Oh,
no. I mean, what can I tell you? I want to know what happens if somebody unearths this thing and then decides to place it on their face for a second.
Fucking 2,000 years old. That is so cool.
Thank you, Cryptic. Thank you, Cryptic. They have been testing for months with Alex Jones. Oh, the BitChute thing? Okay. I don't know. The last I heard, the whole streaming thing was, well, if we get fully funded, then we'll start doing streaming. But so far as I know, they're still not fully funded in their fundraising. So,
what's that made out of? Is that jade?
Yes.
Looks like it, yeah.
That's incredible. 2,000 years old and then able to make a semblance of a face like that out of jade in one piece.
And it's still intact.
That's incredible.
And it still looks like it's fully intact, too.
Let's see. But,
Archaeologists in Mexico have uncovered a small treasure trove of items that may have been placed as offerings to mark the start of construction on the word I can't pronounce, Pyramid of the Sun almost 2,000 years ago. The offerings include pieces of obsidian and pottery, as well as animal remains. Perhaps most striking are 3 human figurines made out of a green stone. Okay, maybe not jade, but something similar.
That'd be Incan over Mayan or Aztec then, wouldn't it, if it's jade?
If it is, they just said green stone, so we don't know.
Oh, okay. Right.
One of which is a serpentine mask that researchers think may have been a portrait. The Pyramid of the Sun is the largest structure in Tecotihuacan, an archaeological site northeast of Mexico City that dates back to about 100 BC. The city remained populated for hundreds of years, and the residents likely started to build the Pyramid of the Sun around AD 100. So,
I think if that's Mexico City, I think that's Mayan.
Probably.
Maybe it's made of kryptonite.
There you go.
Oh, could you imagine? Holy shit.
Ooh,
what if it's made of asbestos?
Is there a Superman villain that has a kryptonite mask as part of their costume? I wonder. That'd be kind of cool.
No, but I think there's gonna be. If there is in the next couple of years, mate, you've got grounds for a decent lawsuit there.
It's Batman.
That's all I had. Satsu, what have you got?
That's so cool, man.
As far as fucketry is concerned?
Yes.
Let me see here.
What you eating?
Yeah.
Key lime cheesecake.
Oh, you bitch.
See, he saw the jade and he went, yeah, green stuff.
He's over there having snack.
It's bueno.
Well,
Drunko started to go off on a tangent, so I was like, this is the perfect opportunity.
Wow. Drunko tangents. Yeah. Well.
He doesn't have
it's just I just make people fat. It's my own fault.
Yeah, you do.
That's why the UK is getting so fat. Drunko was born.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was grown.
Whatever.
I was found. I was found next to it was a temple to the moon. Apparently over 2,000 years old.
He was found next to a cat with a note tied around its neck.
Yeah. And I got this big eye.
His name's Violet.
My real don't dox me, motherfucker.
Well, did Satsu have any?
Yeah, Satsu, did you have anything?
No.
Okay. Monkey, what have you got?
I don't have much. I only have 2. One was Bear's still fucking with that Shani chick. And she posted this today, and I just have to read it because it's awesome. For those of you who don't know, it's this really fat, stupid idiot woman.
This is a mukbang.
Yes, who lost her shit with Bear because he said he wouldn't make a Onision video. Right. And she called him a pedo enabler for him saying that.
We call it a pedo in England, so I'm amazed if he understood what she meant.
Pedo. Well, she wrote it, so
yeah. Well,
it's spelled.
It's spelled different.
Oh, that's right. You guys put an A in it.
We stick an A in there. Yeah. We love our extra letters.
What is it? Yeah, what is it with you guys?
It's just to fuck you guys up.
Oh,
That's all it is. That's all it is. You like to dump our tea in a harbour? All right, we're putting a U in colour. Have that. Right?
It's weird. Stop doing that.
Well, it's not up to me, mate.
She wrote this thing, and I don't know where this is from, but she said, I think I'm going to quit social media. I don't like people. All they ever have done is invalidate me and abandon me when I need someone the most. And while I look up to those in their high pedestals, PEDASTOOLS, I still
Oh no.
I see nothing but filth trying to shove away a beautiful heart. But you never saw that beautiful heart because it was always told to shut up, always told and controlled. Fuck your control, fuck your ugly souls. I want my freedom and liberty away from people who are judgmental. And then she goes on for a much longer part, which I'm not going to share. I'm just going to share Bear's thing if you guys would like to read it. This is the most self-indulgent crap I have seen in a long, long time.
Real quick, thank you, Sanguine. Lies, it is all a long con to cheat at Scrabble.
Oh, have you got us? There's also, you spelled Scrabble wrong. There's a U just after the A.
It's at the end. You never know where they're going to sneak them in. The other one's actually a story. I don't think we covered it on here, but I covered it quite extensively on Monkey in the Morning, and it popped back up. And I wanted to bring it up here because it's a great story. A HIV positive sperm bank has opened.
I'm in. Yeah, we covered this on the AA meeting as well. That is some fucketry, that is, isn't it?
I want to say that again. An HIV sperm bank.
But do you remember why they opened it?
To get rid of the stigma around HIV.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What? Oh, nothing gets rid of the stigma of HIV like kids with AIDS.
Now, there's 3 guys who originally donated, who all say their viral load is too small to pass on. But why would you take that chance?
When you're describing it as a viral load, I'm going to play it safe.
Yeah, it's literally a viral load at that point. Nobody wants your viral load.
Well, some people do. There's like a whole fetish about it, mind.
Can't you just go get regular sperm? I mean, any guy on the street can give you that.
Literally,
Maybe it's for women with HIV, I guess.
As long as they don't have a synthetic penis. You forget about these guys.
But who's so hard up that they got to go to the HIV egg or sperm clinic?
Look, I don't even want to entertain the possibility. I'm sure there are some people out there who's like, I think I want an HIV positive baby.
Oh, you know there are. You know there are, though. It's like white couples that go, hey, let's adopt a black baby, you know? It's all for the attention. Don't get me wrong, there are some people out there who just like, look, genuinely, this is the child that we thought was most in need. And fair play to them. Power to you guys. You're doing the Lord's work, right? I don't even believe in God. That's big for me to say. But there are going to be people who go, yeah, AIDS baby.
Do you think they'll get mad if they don't get an AIDS baby out of it? Like it's a Munchausen by proxy mom, and she's like, you lied to me.
If you intentionally have a baby that has that disease, is that immediately child abuse?
Wouldn't you think?
You would think so.
Promised me an HIV baby. Inject him now.
Give him a viral load. Wait.
Otherwise, I'm going around the back of a Wendy's and getting someone to spit in his mouth.
What if we at least get a discount on the AIDS jizz? Jesus, backspan.
Sitting him on toilet seats in public toilets all around.
Just spreading them around.
Anything else, Monkey?
Real quick, Nuts asked if that sperm bank is in the U.S. No, it's in the U.K., actually.
Oh, no. Oh, actually, no, that's fine because sperm has a U in it in the UK, so we know it.
And yeah, that's all I had.
All right. Drunkle, what do you got?
I don't know. You guys do 6 shows a week, so you might have already brought this up. I think, Monkey, we might have touched on it this morning. Onision was kicked off of Patreon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was me and you chatting about him, Monkey, wasn't it? Because he doxed someone, he gave out someone's phone number, and Patreon just dropped him. According to Pete in the chat, he was making about $4,000 a month, which, I mean, looking at the content, mate, is far too much as it is. But it was the response video he made to it. Has anyone seen this?
Yes.
Yeah. Which one? He's made
the WoW one.
He's made 3. The one where he pours spirits over the top of his head.
That's the one I saw. I saw the one called WoW. That's the only one.
The beautiful thing is, right, you know, when he started it, his hair was already wet.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, you rehearsed this.
He did.
It was the cringiest thing I've ever seen from that guy. And I watch an ungodly amount of content from these dickheads. You know, research purposes. Fucking... I could not believe he's he honestly believes he's going to be the next Joker.
He does. That's what he's trying to do
He
there.
honestly believes that.
He's got a second one that's done in that same style, and then he has the third one where he announces his new website.
Yeah.
Which the website itself, at least last we saw, had already been taken down.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, it's called onisionfans.com.
I can't remember if we were chatting about this or we were chatting about it in the AA meeting earlier on, but apparently there's like legit evidence against him now for his underage grooming, and he could be facing some serious judicial circumstances for it. And to that, I say, throw the fucking book at him.
Well, we've known for a long time he's a creeper, and not just for this stuff. I mean, they pretty much confirmed that he took his wife when she was underage in the state they lived in across state lines so he could have sex with her.
And that's illegal. That's illegal.
It is entirely illegal in both states.
Oh, was it? Oh, shit. No, I was on about the act of taking someone to a state where the age of consent is lower
Yes.
so you can, do the
But
sex.
it's also
as well.
illegal to bring them into that state to do it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I always knew he was a creep, and to be honest, I always gave him the benefit of the doubt because I've known a lot of creeps. And you go, but they got a heart of gold. The creep with the heart of gold.
Sure.
Yeah, you look in the mirror every morning. I know.
No, well, I've only got one mirror in my house, and it is actually cracked.
And it's bigger on one side than the other.
Weird, yeah, and it vibrates. I don't know why.
It wasn't my eye. The mirror vibrated.
It was the mirror vibrating. So it's battery operated. I always try to give him the benefit of the doubt. I do try and see the good in people as much as I can. But man, I just can't see it anymore.
No,
like the guy is. I don't think he's legit insane. He wants people to think he is legit insane, which in my mind is a little more insane than actually being insane.
I think he's legit insane and doesn't realize it, so he tries to pretend to be insane.
Well, here's the thing is, Monkey, you got to remember, this motherfucker's got 2 children.
Yeah, he does.
I was,
and he's acting like that.
When he said that on the video, I mean, I know, like, imagine my 2 hands like barely an inch apart. I know.
I imagine your hands all the time.
Yeah, I can imagine. I know that much about Onision, and when he said in that little video he talked about having kids, I thought, oh no, is that true? Because I had no idea. I was like, that guy is a father to. I hope those kids are nowhere near him. Holy shit! I mean, real quick, thank you, Sanguine. Are you sure it was wet practicing and not just the result of him emerging from his grease pool he must return to, like Dracula?
Like Ra's al Ghul just like regenerating in a vat full of like fryer fat. He constantly smells like McDonald's. We don't know why. Here's the thing, though. Like the first thing that came to my mind wasn't this guy's a father, or this guy's a husband, or even this guy's a creep, or a child groomer, or or something like that, or whatever the word is for. Because I think pedophilia is when it's prepubescent, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then there's like an attraction. So there's like a whole new word for it.
Herbophilia. I don't know what it is. It starts with an H.
Humans are weird with our classifications of things. Everything needs a category.
I just
and
call
it
fucking children, and that covers everything.
That's probably the best way to go. Yeah. You're right. I'll just call him a wrong and we'll carry on.
Yeah.
But the first thing, the one thing that pissed me off more than anything was, this guy thinks he's the fucking Joker, doesn't he? That's the first thing that came into my head. And then I was pissed off with myself.
Well, you don't
piss me off. Me so much.
So many people looked at that and like, oh my God, he's cracking. He's like, he's playing, you guys.
Of course he is. Yeah, that's what he does, though. The weirder he acts, he still, if people share it around for whatever reason, no such thing as bad publicity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's still getting traction with the public and everything. He's happy. But here's the thing. He ain't getting his fucking Patreon back. And now I'm happy.
And he's pretending that doesn't bother him, which you and I haven't had a deep discussion on this, Drunkle, but I've mentioned it on the show. Go back 8 months or so, maybe a year at this point.
Oh, I'd love to.
He's doing videos at that time about how much YouTube ad revenue has decreased and how much it's hurt him. Yeah. And you know what he tells everybody to do? Go over to my Patreon. Go over to my Patreon.
What a time to be alive. 2019's looking up. Way.
Yeah, so this hurt him bad, and he's pretending it doesn't because he's an arrogant prick.
Yeah.
But that's why I say he is insane, but he's also trying to pretend he still has the upper hand here.
I don't know if insane is the right word. I mean, possibly like sociopathic. I think he's a sociopath.
Yeah,
that's more like it. Yeah, because if you remember the debate, I'm doing air quotes right now. Debate, air quotes, with Blair White. And don't get me wrong, Blair White was fucking terrible in that as well. Just Greg. Like, Blair, let the guy fucking speak, for fuck's sake. But he was so eerily calm in the same way that just before tsunami, the tide retracts.
The wind dies down. Yeah.
The wind dies down. The birds stop singing.
Real quick, thank you, Sanguine. Hebophilia. Herpophiles get hard from snakes. Oh, yeah. Herpetarium.
Shit, I've just learned 2 things. One of which I did not want to know. You pick which one.
Drunkle, do you have anything else? Or just about at the bottom of the hour?
No. That was it, buddy. That was it.
All right. Well, then, guys, it is your time. If you have questions, comments, concerns, conspiracy theories, complaints, please put them in the chat now. If you have questions for us, please put plenty of chat marks after those. If you have statements for us to consider, please put plenty of statement marks after those. If you don't know what I'm talking about, ask your nearby chat friend, and they will explain it to you.
Wow, you got a buddy system and everything. This is
I
really
know. Also, guys, remember tomorrow night, per usual, will be on Monkey's channel. Regular time.
No.
Oh, that's right. We're switching. That's right. I apologize. I was operating on reflex there. Because of the Thanksgiving switcheroo, we'll be on Satsu's channel tomorrow night at the regular time. My apologies. And also over on 2 Cents Plus after this show, you can go watch Monkey and Satsu fight zombies in 7 Days to Die.
And Sinatra says.
And Sinatra says. Any giveaways tonight, guys?
There will be one. We just don't know what it is yet. Come over and find out.
All right.
Nice.
Check Your Logic asks, have any of you guys seen a Black Friday fight in real life? Yes. I worked at a mall on Black Friday many years ago. And it wasn't a knockdown, drag out kind of thing, but I did see two people fighting over a single item for a moment or two. And I forget who, one of them finally gave it up. And that was hilarious.
Do you remember what the item was?
It was... what was it? It was at one of those stores that looks like they have a bunch of that's really fancy, but it's just like a bunch of overpriced artsy craftsy stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was some kind of stuffed animal. I don't remember exactly, but it was some kind of like one of a kind little corduroy stuffed animal thing. But that's about all I know. It was two women, obviously, fighting each other.
Someone think of the stuffed animals. Also, Random American is also playing Lords of the Night, 7 Days to Night.
I was going to say that. You just showed me up, damn it.
All right.
Thank you for having my back. How about that?
Black Friday stories. Black Friday stories, guys.
Oh, sure. I worked at Walmart. I've seen a few fights. I told this story this morning. The funniest one I ever saw was two big burly men fighting over a very girly comforter, and one of them punching my female manager in the melee. It was great. Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Satsu, any Black Friday stories?
Hang on. Okay. The best part, we didn't even sell out of those fucking comforters. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Satsu?
There was loads more on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Satsu?
Yes.
Do you have any Black Friday stories?
I do. Well, I think I've told you guys this one before, but the one where I was selling phones and I had a little crowd built up or whatever, so I didn't have time to spend too much time on guests. And I was telling this dude because he brought his phone in a Ziploc bag. That's how fucking damaged it was because he didn't want anybody to touch it. And I'm just like, hey, you're getting insurance, right? And he's like, I don't need it. I'm like, you walked into this store with your phone in a Ziploc bag. You're getting fucking insurance. He's like, no, dude, like seriously, I really don't need it. And everybody in the crowd behind us is just like, you probably should get insurance. He's like, it's fine. It was a freak accident, whatever. So dude leaves. Obviously, 10 minutes later, he comes back. I'm like, oh, you're back already? He was like, I kind of didn't leave. I'm like, what happened? He was like, well, I was trying to get out the store and I finally got out and I made it to the parking lot and a car almost hit me and I dropped my phone. No. And I'm just like, your new phone? And he was like, yeah. And
will you be getting insurance this time, sir?
Everybody who stood in there face palmed at the same time, like, are you serious? And he was like, I take it there's nothing you can do. I'm like, have a good day, sir.
Oh no, that's heartbreaking.
Bye. That was just stupid ass.
Good luck on eBay.
But the plus side was the deal that we were doing that day. The phone he bought, he got a $300 gift card with it. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe you'll figure something out.
Use that to buy another phone.
Go sell that $300 gift card and get your screen fixed, stupid.
Yeah, go buy some
Drunkle.
Insurance, mate.
Drunkle, did you have any Black Friday stories?
We don't really have Black Friday, to be honest. But yeah, so I mean, because importing the blacks was our idea, and now it's everyone else's problem.
Every day is black in Britain. Have you seen their weather?
Okay.
I've been reading that. Everyone in the chat is saying that about Satsu. Every Friday.
Angry Illinoisan says, any crafting games on Steam you can recommend that is not 7 Days to Die?
Oh, Raft.
Ooh.
Raft was a lot of fun.
Raft was fun.
I'll give you who was it last time?
Angry Illinoisan.
Angry Linosian. One of my favorite games, and you probably know this because I have been plugging it a lot actually, is Kerbal Space Program. Not crafting.
I love Kerbal.
Design your own rockets, take them out into space, land on other planets, and NASA actually commended it as the one game that is the closest to actual space travel. Like the physics behind it is just incredible.
Did
the
you
only
see
problem
Tues
is
coming out?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I got
and
such a
I
boner
saw
for
the
that.
trailer and I was looking at it going, oh, this looks a bit serious. And then everything exploded and I went, okay, no, that's still Kerbal. The horrible thing about it, though, is it ruins sci-fi films for you. Because if you play Kerbal Space Program and then you watch Star Wars, you'll just be looking at the ships going, nah, they wouldn't move like that.
That wouldn't fly, yeah.
They would not fly like that. They'd be going to the side.
Yeah, the most I've ever done is landed
so
on
much.
the moon. Have you?
I landed on Minmus, the outer moon.
Oh, nice.
And managed to orbit the sun, but it was the only planets I could land on was those two. Here's the thing, though, like it just really, really renewed. I've always been in awe of space and everything, you know, and the sheer infinity around us. But that kind of left me since I was little, and then I started playing Kerbal again, and now I look up at the moon and I'm just like, shit. And I'm just looking at, like, you know, the wide-eyed gaze of a child again.
Wide-eyed gaze. That's interesting.
Oh.
Mata Winter says, oh, Lord. Happy Black Cat Friday. Would you try a bagel, a roasted seagull on a toasted bagel?
Shit, yeah. As long as I ain't got to eat the beak.
What the hell is wrong with you, Mata?
If you're talking about cooking it up like any other bird, like you get the breast, I'd at least try it.
Sure, I guess.
Pigeons, all right.
Yeah, I've seen a seagull caught and eaten on Survivor Man, one of my favorite survival shows.
Cool.
Let's see. Ebony Williams, my lords and drunkle, would you want a pet dragon or a pet griffin?
Dragon.
A pet dragon.
Dragon.
He does.
His name is Manny.
That's true.
Got Manny.
I'll take the dragon.
Gentlemen, I will be right back.
Okay. Would you take a griffin, drunkle?
He died.
Oh, is drunkle gone?
That's the only explanation. If he's quiet for more than 3 seconds, he's dead.
I guess so.
Well, now that he's dead, like I said, I have a dragon, and he's awesome.
He's got a beard, too. Okay. Dom O'Leary, Lords of the Night. For Thanksgiving, give Steve I assume you mean Steve Shives, some of your man baiting or stuff Lindsay from Queer Kids stuff. What?
I don't know.
Man baiting. I don't know what that means. Are you talking about like do a video on them? I usually don't do videos on other like YouTuber commentary people. I've done a couple in the past. If that's what you're talking about, I don't know if you are. It's hard to decipher, but I rarely talk about other YouTube celebrities too much. Drunkle, did you actually go bye-bye? I still see you in the control room, so we can't hear you if you're talking. Of course, I think you might realize that by now. Okay. Let's see. RJ Bansma, Scribe Light, what would be the perfect punishment for Hesian and his wife? His wife shared explicitly pictures of himself with victims of their... Well, I don't know the laws in the state that they're in, but if they actually did that, then that's a crime and they should be prosecuted, I guess.
I did excuse myself. I said I was going to
I'm
the
sorry.
bathroom.
I did not.
That's all right. That's all right. That's no worries. I've got this quiet British voice, haven't I? Right. In response to that, I could still hear you because I got the wireless headphones. So as I was peeing, I peed to the rhythm of your dulcet tones, Scribe, and it burned. It burned. I would dragon all day long. Dragon.
Well,
if I can pick the dragon, it's going to be one of the Game of Thrones dragons. If I can't have one of those, Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. That boy, that's my G right there. That's my G.
Midnight in Exile. What does Squeedus think of Manny?
I don't know. They haven't been introduced yet.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm back.
Drunken Uncle, do you eat tacos on Tuesday or Friday? Asks Zeal Gold.
Tacos in a very, very, very long time.
All right.
They're a bit messy. Did I hear that right as well? Did Steve Shives do a response to Queer Kids stuff?
Well, no, this is Dom O'Leary corrected himself. Retype. Guys, for Thanksgiving, would you rather baste Steve Shives with your man marinade or give Lindsay from Queer Kids stuff a good man's stuffing?
Look,
I mean, I
neither.
got to pick the vagina, haven't I? So
exactly. See, thank you. Anytime this comes up, Lindsay may be an ugly, misshapen bitch, but she still has the vagina. So I always go vagina.
Yeah. 5 minutes ago, sorry, I missed this. Bearcock donated $5 to streamlabs.com/drunkenuncle to say you're entertaining for a limey. And you're a cunt for a cock.
Oh.
Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Chris R says, Ranting Monkey also try Space Engineers.
I'll have it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Let's see. Your boy Pat. Hey, Pat, did y'all hear about a UC Berkeley SJW got 39 years in a loony bin for killing a woman?
No.
Wow. Was there a news story to that one? Tweet that out. I'd be curious to know what the circumstances were.
I mean, look, you committed murder. Is 39 years long enough? That's got to be life or nothing, right?
Well,
surely.
it's loony bin, so if it's
yeah, but that's
presumably they're insane.
I think that's when they treat it as rehabilitation as opposed to a punishment.
Well,
there are crimes, where you'd be like, theft and everything. Yeah, rehabilitate. But murder? No, you just got to remove them from society, man.
Well, 39 years, 30, depending on how old they are, 39 years might be life. But But if it's loony bin, they presumably found them mentally incompetent to some degree. Yeah. Motto Winter. Oh Lords, meowy Christmas. What is your opinion on sexy Santa outfits? All depends on who's wearing it.
I don't want to see Scribe in one.
No, if it's a female, yes.
I got a question for you guys then. Everyone knows Pornhub, right? Looking at you, Satsu. When it comes to the festive season, I didn't want to use the word period then because what I'm about to talk about. But do you start watching like Christmas themed porn?
No, not reflexively.
Because I never have, but I think I might give it a go this year.
I've seen a couple, but I don't seek it out per se.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're not.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. But you're not going to watch like Christmas themed porn in July because that just seems even more wrong than what you're already doing, doesn't it?
Not unless you're trying to forget how hot it is and think about something chilly.
I watch Christmas themed.
Yeah, I should have known about that.
Peter Silak Hades 313 Scribe, do you take Valium or anything to be able to tolerate the TED Talks you make videos about, or are you just immune now? I think I have gained a relatively high tolerance.
That is a good question, though, isn't it?
But at the same time, I've built up a tolerance to it, but I've also built up. I don't know if you want to call it like a higher standard per se, but it really takes something special now for me to want to slog through a TEDx talk because most of the ones that I come across are either they're just plain dumb and there's not much to be said about something. I want to find somebody who's at least halfway making an intelligent argument, even if it's flawed, because that gives me something to work with. So now I kind of look for, if I'm going to do a TEDx talk, it's got to be either on a subject that is so bizarre, an argument that I've never heard it before, or something where the person has a measure of credibility, either by their experience or their resume or something, that it makes what they're saying carry more weight and thus would be more, I guess, I don't know, controversial, I guess. But yeah, your standard TEDx talk these days, it just kind of flows over and it's kind of like, maybe.
Yeah, the saddest thing is your use of the word standard. It is a bit like you do get desensitized to it, don't you? You just go, this is just more bullshit.
Well, I mean, it's one of the problems I'm having of late is that I've done so many videos on a relatively small list of general subjects that unless I come across a new argument about that thing or a new way of presenting it or some new angle, I just look at it and think, I've done this 3 times already, or I've done this many feminism videos, or I've done this many white privilege videos. And it's like, if it's nothing new, if it's nothing that catches my brain as compared to anything I've done before, I don't find any interest in it. And I know that if I try to do a video on it, I wouldn't be interested in doing it myself. So why would anybody be interested in hearing me talk about that? So.
It's a shame because you did find a little bit of a gold mine with the TEDx talks. I've never seen someone do so many TEDx talks on a single channel as well.
Well,
I
that
mean,
was
you, mate. Like, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Well, that was I won't take full credit for it. That was inspired by Skeptalk way back in the day. He did a brief, relatively brief. I don't know if he's done any since because I haven't seen Skeptalk in a while. But he did a brief series called the TEDx Horror Show, and he did a few older TEDx talks. Sargon did a couple back in the day, and I had never heard of TEDx to that point. I heard about TED, but I didn't know there was this other thing. And so when I started. One of my earliest videos was a TEDx talk that I came across accidentally based on a different video. It's a long story. And as soon as I did that one, I just kind of subscribed to it on the off chance I found anything else. And they just kept coming. And I was just like, okay. So, yeah.
So I did a TEDx talk. It was Sarah Bramblett, and she was the size of if Pluto's not a planet anymore, then she definitely was.
Is that the fat bitch with the glasses and the high boots?
No,
oh,
this
you
is
should look her up.
Fat bitch. Like she has smaller fat bitches orbiting around her. She is the kind of guy. She looks like she's got elastic bands around her wrists. You know, absolutely horrible. I think she died a couple of weeks later. And that was a TEDx talk. But then Lindsay of Queer Kid Stuff, who was mentioned earlier on, did a TED talk. Now, Scribe, not TEDx. Legit TED.
Yeah, I've seen that. Well, okay. And granted, I haven't watched every TEDx and TED talk ever made, so I can't say for sure how things transition. But there was a time where you wouldn't see anything as abstract as what is ending up on TED these days.
Well, yeah, it was like TEDx. More life hacks and little things like, how to properly Google things and like things that were actually useful.
Well, I mean, TED is supposed to stand for technology, education, and what was the other thing?
Diabetes.
Yeah. Anyway, it was supposed to be high level stuff, sort of very intellectual thoughts and ideas and stuff. And TEDx were always these local, community organized, far lower bar for entry kind of stuff. But now you're seeing, like, I remember like the first time I did a TED talk, and I thought to myself, I'm doing a TED talk about a guy, I believe it was a guy who created a algorithm program to simulate the disparities in male and female success in business. And he was trying to prove that there was a system that was sexist in favor of men, and that is setting up everything equal in his little fake world, and the attributes he gave all the little characters, and still men ended up on top regardless. And
which is fine, as long as he's open to being wrong.
Well, I should stop now because I'll be talking about the entire TED talk. I'll find it and I'll post it.
This, mate. I love this shit.
Well, we got people's questions. It is question time. RJ Bansma, Scribelight. If Monkey tells a joke, who laughs most? Who laughs most of us or Drunkle? Who laughs most of us or Drunkle?
Well, you're asking if we can hear the chat laughing. We can't hear the chat laughing. You're just money to me. You're just money.
I assume everybody in chat always laughs at my jokes. That makes me feel better.
That's it. Mr. Adam asks, what's a limey? Which I think is in relation to Bearcock's donation of $5 14 minutes ago, who said, you're entertaining for a limey. It comes from England's seafaring traditions when we were the masters of the oceans, and scurvy was a big problem because people were at sea for so often. So in order to combat that, it was a lack of vitamin C. We would bring a shit ton of limes on board to eat, and therefore people from other countries are called us limeys.
Nicholas Daly, are all standard TEDx talks about hating people based on minimal melanin levels Scribelight? No, it is a TEDx. I mean, I'm TED now so much so. TEDx is a mixed bag of. You have TEDx Youth, where they have like high school students come up and give speeches on stuff, which is always weird. You have TED Ed, which is an educators series, which I've been paying attention to recently. But TEDx talks run the gamut.
By educators, for educators kind of thing?
Well, it focuses either it just pulls TEDx or TED Talks where educators are the star, and then just puts them in their own playlist or something. But it also calls TED. It's got its own logo, so I think they do have like a special series for that stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, TEDx Talks can be people doing slam poetry about whatever. They can be talking about actual science stuff. They could be talking about black holes or white privilege or female empowerment or thin privilege. All of
the white privilege, mind. Fucking hell.
Well, I was an English major. Let's see. Mata Winter. Oh Lord, have you seen the U.S. Hong Kong bill bans the sale of rubber bullets and tear gas? Thank you, YouTube censor. I would not be surprised if I haven't seen it. No.
It's fucking terrible what's going on in Hong Kong. And Chile, actually. Hong Kong's really overshadowing what's going on in Chile. And what's going on over there is really, really bad.
Well, the what's going on over in Iraq right now is messed up. The prime minister is going to step down because of all the violence and stuff going on over there.
Your prime minister, the prime minister's stepping down, mate. My queen's retiring in 18
months. I know,
shit.
Right?
That's a real news, isn't it?
Hey, my president's being impeached. Top that.
There's two. Zeo Gold, Lords of the Night. Which do you think is easier, fighting an orc in melee combat or fighting an SJW that doesn't project? Or finding an SJW that doesn't project?
Oh,
probably fighting an orc.
The orc.
Yeah, you'd have to go with that. Yeah.
RJ Bands with Scribe Light, puts my name on it, but asking you a question, Drunkle. Drunkle, are you Jeremy Clarkson's weird cousin because the Stig is in your closet?
I fucking saw you posted that earlier on, and I ignored it, and I'm going to ignore it again.
Right.
No, I'm not Jeremy Clarkson. I'm not ignoring it. I'm not Jeremy Clarkson. I make so much less money than him.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, and speaking of games and everything, guys, just so you know, if you don't already know, over on Steam, they're having their autumn sale, their fall sale through the 2nd of December.
Yeah.
I picked up a couple of things already for ridiculous cheap, and I'll plug it again. Grim Dawn is like 75% off, and all the DLCs and everything are steeply discounted as well. If you like Diablo, if you like action RPGs and looting, and if you like steampunk settings and or Cthulhu horror type stuff, nice. Grim Dawn is the game for you, and they keep updating it. These guys at Crate Entertainment are like Blizzard in the old days, where they would not stop supporting a game long after its release and keep updating it. And they just released their largest free update where they rebalanced a whole bunch of stuff and added a quest line to the main game, so you don't have to buy an extra DLC. Obviously cannot endorse it enough. Go get Grim Dawn if you like anything like that. Give it a shot. And right now it's like only $8 American, which is down like 75% off or something. So, if you got a few bucks sitting around, go for it.
Yeah,
well, so just
hanging around in PayPal. Yeah.
Me and Drunkle were talking about Kerbal. That's usually a $40 game. It's $9.99.
Straight what 50 because I got the DLC for it as well.
Right, it's $9.99 right now, guys.
That's insane. I might buy it again.
Yeah, die is $8 now too. So
if I buy 2 copies of it, it's going to run twice as fast.
That's how it works. Wow, you are smart.
So. Yeah. Damn straight. There you are. I was an English major. Ray Cancer says hashtag Free Hong Kong is Coney 3.0. Oh man, I don't want to agree with you because Coney was such cringe. It's like, everyone on Facebook, if we all share this one photo, then maybe a warlord on the other side of the world will just step down. Do you know what? Stop. Didn't happen.
Pinkala Driving 8-Man, Scribe's looking to get those sponsorship bucks from Shadow Raid, Shadow Legend. No, I've seen so many guys doing that. It's like they start out their little show. It's like
I'd do it.
There's a true crime channel that I watch occasionally, and he'll start out his video the normal way with like saying, story number 1. There was a murder in da-da-da, and then he'll stop and say, but before we get to the story, let me tell you about Shadow Legends. I'm like, oh. And it just totally breaks up the mood because it's all creepy music, kind of gets you set for the preamble of the story, and then it's like, now here's a bunch of fantasy game stuff I have to plug.
And your disbelief has just been obliterated.
Yeah, exactly.
You
can't get back into it.
Hey,
RJ Basma. Oh, sorry.
Did you see Wrath the first chapter trailer?
No.
Yeah, they released the trailer for the first bit of story that they're going to release for the game. It's called Wrath, the first chapter, and it looks fucking good.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I just dropped it in the chat if anybody gives a shit.
Is that a
Black Friday,
DLC you have to buy?
motherfucker?
I don't know. They just showed the trailer, so it says coming the 3rd of December. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm still waiting for Bum Simulator. That was meant to come out last year.
Oh God, I remember that.
Oh no, you know, because I say Bum Simulator and people go, huh, gay, but it's not. It's where you play a homeless guy.
Yeah.
And it looked awesome.
He means American bum, not British bum.
Yeah.
Not British bum. No, yeah. That's Fag Simulator. It's completely different.
Midnight in Exile says, "I got Grim Dawn on Scribe's recommendation. It is worth the cash if you like that type of game. It's true.
Oh, it's an excellent game.
It's great.
Excellent.
RJ, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. RJ Bansma 68 says, Drunken Uncle, who would you rather have as a family, the Stig or James May? It's got to be James May, mate. He's got that uncle hair, hasn't he? And I get the feeling that he's always got a load of spare change in his trouser pockets. He just looks like that kind of guy. And Midnight in Exile says,
reach for it.
There's a stick of rock in the bottom. Midnight in sit on my lap. I'll teach you how to change gear. Midnight in Exile says, I might get Kerbal just to try it. I'm going to warn you, buddy. It's a big game and it is addictive, mate. There's a whole solar system to explore.
Yeah, don't get it if you like sci-fi. Get it if you like space.
Even if you don't, you're going to love space but when you've started playing it for a couple of hours, mate. It's amazing. It's educational, monkey.
The Magister says, Scribe Light and the Lords of the Night, best/worst game of 2019. See, in my mind, the worst game is still Fallout 76, even though that was last year now.
That's fair. No, I think it carries over. I think you're all right.
Best game? I couldn't tell you.
Best game this year? Oh, God.
I know a lot of people would say Sekiro, or however you say that, or Sekiro.
Sekiro.
Was that this year?
Yeah, that was this year. Yeah.
I've not really been in touch with latest releases, to be honest, because I can't afford them. So what's the point in hearing about them? You know,
best game this year that I've played is Red Dead.
There you go.
That game is fucking amazing.
That actually came out last year.
It just came out on computer.
Oh no, it just came out on PC. Yeah. Oh, you got your yeah loophole. Oh, all right. Oh, I got lawyered.
You did indeed.
Satsu, you're more the expert on games. What's the best worst in your list this year?
Probably the best. It's probably between two. Probably Resident Evil 2, the remake, or the newest expansion for Final Fantasy 14. Those are the two that I can remember having the most fun with. I don't know if I played any shitty games this year, or any games that I would consider worse.
Satsu only plays quality games.
Well, I only can afford to spend money on games I know I like, so I guess
it's because you're a man of culture, buddy. That's what it is.
There it is.
There it is.
We played so many this year.
Samael Region, Scribelight, have you ever played anything from Spiderweb Software like Exile or Avernum? I haven't played either one of those. Avernum? Nope.
I've never actually played them. They are very highly recommended. It's a guy who runs his own studio, and he's been doing it for more than a decade now. They're very old school, top-down RPGs with very, very, very deep lore in them.
Nice.
The guy who makes it, his one thing he said, he'll never make a game with an elf in it.
Ha! Good.
That's racist.
I know, right? But yeah, they're not very high tech. He says his one wish is he had an art team. So they're not pretty games, but yeah, they are. I've never played one, but they come highly recommended from everybody I know who does.
Okay.
Let's see. 2-minute warning, guys. If you have any other questions or anything, get them in there now. Remember,
Can I ask you a question? Is that all right? Can we do a Mad Lib?
No, we ran out of time.
Yep.
Sorry.
No
I was thinking about it, but when we get 4 people talking, we just time runs out.
Yeah. So no. I mean, last time we did
got
a Mad
his
Lib.
format
First time I ever did a Mad Lib. Honestly,
Well-
never done it in my life before. We don't have it over here, and it was fucking hilarious.
Well, yeah, I have a format. I also have a body clock that's going to have me shutting down in about half an hour. So,
I got chicken wings to cook, mate. I feel you.
So remember, guys, tomorrow night we'll be on.
Shit, I got video as well. Fuck.
Hold on. Tomorrow night we'll be on Satsu's channel instead of Monkey's because of the switcheroo for Thanksgiving. So remember, tune into Satsu's channel on Saturday night for Lords of the Night. And remember, after this, over on 2 Cents Plus, you can watch Monkey and Satsu and Sinatra and Random American fight zombies in 7 Days to Die, where there will be a giveaway, mystery prize. You'll tune in to find out. And if you have not already, you should go check out Drunken Uncle's channel. Whatever tension you might sense between me and him here, you should check out his videos. And he's going to talk over me while I'm trying to plug his own stuff because he just can't help his fucking self. Yeah. So guys, we're gonna call that there. So everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight and watching me self-flagellate with Drunken Uncle as my cat of nine tails.
You did this.
I did not deny that. Did I?
We're just pointing it out again.
Just pointing it out again. Moderators, thank you for keeping an eye on things, even though you guys are the best and most well-behaved chat in the world. Everybody who donated, either to myself or Drunkle or anybody else here, thank you so much for your generosity. I really do appreciate it. It'll all go towards horrible things I'll put in my body, like Jack Daniels and goldfish. Although I did splurge today and buy a salmon steak that I've marinated and we'll have for dinner tomorrow. Yes.
Wow, it's like a cross between Jack Daniels and goldfish.
One at a time. Monkey.
You said that all of it'll go to you putting bad stuff in your body. Drunkle's giving you his money to put bad stuff in your body?
No, I was just talking about I was just talking.
But that's not what
myself.
you said.
Well, it's not what I said, but that's what I meant.
But he does raise a very good point. Thank you very much, Ductator and Bearcock. I was not expecting anything from coming on here, mate. So that was a very pleasant surprise. Thank you very much to both of you.
All right. Well, guys, Monkey, Satsu, thank you for joining me as always.
Indeed.
Drunkle, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, Satsu, mate, you're fantastic. Love your cooking channel. Monkey, as always, mate, you're a very good friend. And Scribe, I consider you someone I'd know.
That is all I would ask for from you. Everyone, your lives make us sad, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Oh, fuck you, Scribe.
And per tradition, I pull out my copy of Screw the Roses, Send Me the Thorns, The Romance and Sexual Sorcery of Sadomasochism. And turn to Ye Random Page. And today's secret word. Okay. Today's secret word is wanted.
It has a U in it. Damn, Scribbles just left. He hit the wrong button. Scribbles, get your ass back in here and fix this.
Talk about